Hello and welcome to my science tutorials. In today's video, we want to look at the part 3 of the sequence and series objective past questions for WAEC. Now, if you've been following along, we've started this sequence and series past objective questions 2 videos back, and this is the third video. So in the first video, we looked at 5 examples. The second one, 5 examples. So this one as well, this third part, we'll be looking at 5 questions as well. So let's continue with question number 11, and it says, what term of the linear sequence -2 1 4 ... is 40, right? So we have the options 13th term, B 14th term, C 15th term, and D 16th term. So the question is asking what term of the linear sequence -2 1 4, which of the term will be 40, right? So let's go ahead and look at the solution to this particular problem. So we write down the solution. Now, from the linear sequence given to us, this is the sequence. We have -2 going to 1, going to 4, and it continues, right? Now, if we look at it, our first term, which is A, is -2, so we have that over there. Our difference, which is D, let me use 1 and 4, so it will be 4 minus 1, and this will give me 3. And then the final number, or the term that we are finding, is equal to 40. Now remember, to find the term or a particular term in a linear sequence, we use the formula UN is equal to A plus into bracket n minus 1 multiplied by D, where A is the first term already, which is the first number starting the sequence. D is the difference between two continuous sequence. Okay, so -2 and 1. If we want to find the difference, it will be 1 minus -2, and that will give us +3. Okay, and then the term that we are trying to find its position is UN, that is equal to 40 over here, right? So during substituting these guys into this equation, I am going to get something like this. So UN is equal to A plus into bracket n minus 1 multiplied by D. My UN is 40, and that is equal to my A, which is the first term, is -2 plus into bracket the n, which is the number of terms that I'm supposed to find, I don't know, so -1 multiplied by D, which is the difference, and in this case is 3. So I maintain my 40 here is equal to, I have my -2 here, plus 3 multiplied by n will give me 3n. 3 multiplied by -1 will give me -3. So I have here 40 is equal to, I have -2 minus 3, that will give me -5. So I have 3n minus 5 over here. And so from here, I can decide to group like terms. So 40 and 5 are just ordinary numbers, and 3n over here is kind of special because it has a variable attached to it. So I'll send the -5 to the other side of the equal to sign, and then the sign changes. So I have 40, it becomes +5 if the -5 crosses the equal to sign, and this is equal to 3n. 40 plus 5 will give me 45, and this is equal to 3n. If I divide both sides by 3, my value for n will be equal to 15, and so therefore it means that 40, okay, as part of this linear sequence, will be the 15th term in this particular sequence. And if you look through our possible answers, we can see that option C is the correct answer over here. All right, so let's go ahead and look at another example. Example number 12. We are to find the general term of the sequence 18 14 10 6, and it continues. We have A 4n plus 22. Option B is 18 minus 4n. Option C 4 minus 22n, and option D 22 minus 4n. And this is the SSC 1998 question number 10. All right, so let's go ahead and write down our solution. So the question is saying that we should find the general term of a linear sequence. Now we know to find the general term of a linear sequence, we use the formula un is equal to a plus into bracket n minus 1 multiplied by d. Now if I look at the sequence that has been given to me, I have 18, 14, 10, 6, and it continues. This tells me my sequence is decreasing. So my first term is 18, as I can see over here. My difference in this case will be, let me use the first two numbers, it will be 14 minus 18, and that will give me negative 4 because it is decreasing, so it makes sense. And so therefore I don't know my n, but I'm asked to find the general term, so it means that is not needed. So from here I use these two values, I substitute them into this equation, and then we get our answer. So un is equal to a in this case, which is 18, plus n minus 1 multiplied by d, which is negative 4. So I have un is equal to 18 plus negative 4 multiplied by n will give me negative 4. Negative 4 multiplied by negative 1 will give me positive 4. Sorry, this will be negative 4n. Okay, so the n is there. So the un over here is equal to 18 minus 4n plus 4, as we can see over here. So this will be equal to, if I look through what I have a number, so I have 18 and 4. So 18 plus 4 will give me 22, and then I bring the minus 4n over here and this is what I have as my final answer, as I can no longer simplify any of this since I don't have the value of n or un. So if I look at this is the expression that I have 22 minus 4n, and if we look to the option D is exactly what we have over here, and that is our correct answer for this particular example. All right, let's proceed to look at another question. So question number 13, we have, if x and y are non-zero real numbers, we are to find the geometric mean of x squared and y squared. We have option A is x plus y all over y, option B xy, option C y over x, and option D x over y. Now this is the SSCE 1998 question number 11. All right, so let's look at the solution to this problem. Now the question said, if x and y are non-zero real numbers, we are to find geometric mean of x squared and y squared. Now before we are able to solve this question, we should be able to understand what it means to say geometric mean. The word we have over here, geometric mean, what is the meaning of that particular word? So when we say geometric mean in sequence and series, for instance, if I have a variable a and then let's say d, let me use a and d. If I have a variable a and d, their geometric mean is equal to the root of a multiplied by d, or ad, right? That becomes the geometric mean. So this is equal to the geometric mean. So in our case, we were given x squared and y squared. So the geometric mean, let me use gm, the geometric mean will be equal to the root of x squared multiplied by y squared, right? So which means geometric mean will be equal to the root of, now x squared multiplied by y squared, I can write it as xy all squared, right? I bring the square outside to multiply both, so it means x squared y squared is still the same thing. And from here, my geometric mean is equal to, I have a root sign here, I have 2 over here, they cancel each other out, so I have xy left over here, and that becomes my answer for this particular problem. So the option B, which is xy, is the correct answer for this particular question. All right, let's proceed to look at another problem. Now example number 14, we are to find the general term of the sequence 18, 14, 10, 6, all the way where n is greater or equal to 1. We have option A, 18 minus 4n, option B, 4n plus 22, option C 4 minus 22n, and option D 22 minus 4n. This is the SSC 1999 question number 19. Now if you look at this problem, this is the exact same example that we did in question number 12. It was a repeated question, but let's go ahead and look at the solution once again. So we're given the sequence as 18, 14, 10, 6, and then it's continuous. And so if I look through the sequence, I know that my first number or my first term is 18. My difference will be any of these two numbers. So in this case, let me use these two numbers, 10 and 14. So it will be 10, which is the third one, minus the second one, which is 14. So it will give me minus 4 as my difference. And if I'm to find the general term, so the formula for finding the general term is un is equal to a, which is the first term, plus into bracket n minus 1 multiplied by d. All right, so if I substitute these two guys into this equation, I should get my answer. So my un is equal to a plus n minus 1 all multiplied by d. Then my un is equal to the a is 18 plus into bracket n minus 1 multiplied by the difference, which is minus 4. So I have un will be equal to 18 plus negative 4 multiplied by n will give me negative 4n, and then negative 4 multiplied by negative 1 will give me positive 4. Okay, so I just use the bracket because I don't want the two signs to be close to each other like that. So if I remove the bracket, I have 18 minus 4n plus 4, since the positive outside affects everything, so it's going to be the same. So un will be equal to, I have 18 here, and then I have plus 4 here, that will give me 22, and then minus 4n will be repeated over here. So this becomes my final expression. And if I look through my possible answers, option D is the correct answer for this particular problem. All right, so let's have a look at the final example for this particular video. Okay, so example number 15, we have to find the sum to infinity of a sequence. That is 1 over 2 as the first number, or the first term in the sequence, 1 over 6, 1 over 18, 1 over 54, and it continues. So the sum to infinity, we have the options: A is 1 over 4, B is 1 over 3, C is 1 over 2, and D is 3 over 4. Now this is the SSC 1999 question number 23. All right, so let's look at the solution to this problem. Now if you've watched the first part, I believe the first part, we established the fact that the sum to infinity in a linear sequence is equal to A over 1 minus R, and this is the formula that we established in that particular video. Now using this formula, it means that all I need to find is A, which is my first term, and if I look through the sequence, that is half, and then I already have 1 here, so I need to find R. Now R is the ratio, so let's proceed to look at that. So the ratio in this case will be, let me say R2, sorry, let me erase this. Okay, the ratio here is the second term over the first term, right? The second term over the first term. So it will be U2 on U1, which in this case I'm deciding to use the first two terms over here. So my U2 will be 1 over 6. So I have 1 over 6. The division sign, let me just write the normal division sign, divided by the U1 will be 1 over 2, which is the first term. So this is equal to 1 over 6. Because I have division sign over here and I need to simplify this, I have to reciprocate what I have over here, which is the 1 over 2. I have to reciprocate it, or interchange the position of the numbers and then change the sign to multiplication. So this becomes multiplied by 2 over 1. So if you look at this, 1 multiplied by 2 give me 2. 6 multiplied by 1 will give me 6, and this is the same as 1 over 3. Okay, so that is the value for our ratio. So now that we have our ratio, we come back to this formula, and then this implies that our sum to infinity is equal to the first term, which is 1 over 2 all over 1 minus 1 over 3. Okay, so if we look at that, we have 1 over 2 at the top. Now 1 minus 1 over 3 will give me 2 over 3, but let's look at how we got the 2 over 3, right? So this guy also has 1 as the denominator, so the LCM for this guy will be 3, which is the highest number over here. So 1 will go into 3 times. That 3 multiplied by the 1 at the top over here will give me 3. Then minus 3 will go into itself 1. That 1 multiplied by 1 will give me 1. So I have over here 1 over 2 at the top, all on 3 minus 2. 3 minus 1 will give me 2, and this is divided by 3. So this is the same as me writing 1 over 2 divided by this long division sign becomes this, and then I have 2 over 3. So from here I have 1 over 2, then I change the division sign to multiplication, then I have 3, I reciprocate this guy, 3 over 2 over here. So I have 1 multiplied by 3, that's 3, and then 2 multiplied by 2, that is equal to 4. So my final answer I'm getting is 3 over 4, and if I look through my possible answers, that is option D, and that becomes my final answer. So thank you so much for watching. We'll be continuing this sequence and series of objective questions until we are done with all, and then we'll also be doing the subjective questions as well. I'll be looking at all the topics in elective maths, core mathematics, biology, chemistry, physics. We'll be looking at all their past questions, solving their objective questions, and I'll try as much as possible to explain to your understanding each question and how to get the answer and the formulas that we use in tackling them. So thank you once again for watching. If you're new to the channel, hey, why don't you give us a like, share, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. So thank you once again, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.